Alright, I'm gonna record this game instead. Let me go to options real quick, because I don't know what that means. So that's yes. Audio, that's what I want. Get a little bit of audio in there. I want the voiceovers to be at least at 50. Yeah, that's good enough. Let me see. Yeah. Camera sensitivity, jump a little down. Text size, jump a little. Turn that down. Language English. Okay. Controller vibrations. I don't have a controller. Motion blur. Okay. Alright. I don't know what gamma is. I don't play enough games to know. So, save and exit. Alright, you ready? I don't know what trivia means, but maybe we can figure that out later. It's a faithful interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work. Focus on the story and the atmosphere. You will not find difficult choices, action sequences, or inventory progress through the locations along the plot. Okay.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
Okay. During the game, you will encounter interactive elements. Some of them will allow you to continue onto your journey. Others will reveal interesting facts about the original short story, its historical background, and the author. Some of the trivia is hidden in order to find these secrets. Oh, so that's what trivia meant. Trivia is like your, I guess, the list of what you found. That's cool. Some of the trivia is hidden in order to find these secrets. Focus on your eyes. Focus your eyes and look for the elder signs. So, click. You can also access the found fact later. They will be available in the main menu. So that's what the trivia button was. Okay, cool. So look for signs and symbols and try to see what is clickable. Okay. How do I... Can I not turn... Okay.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
How elegant of you to talk.
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Morphine. Morphine eternity used in the 1960s. Okay, so this is just like the thing of morphine. Became popular when it was published. Morphine abuse, known as a soldier's release, was already posed a big problem in the United States. Okay, so morphine is big bad. Big bad. Anything else? 'Cause I think I missed some stuff over there that I could have shown, but I pushed on too fast.
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
I literally can't touch anything else. Oh, no, I can't touch anything else. So, boat.
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation. So that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
That's an interesting flag. The Huns. The Huns were a Central Asian nomads. Oh, I actually heard of these people. So this is based off of history. That's cool. Established in the Dominion in Europe and invaded the Roman Empire in the 5th century AD. They were known as brutal, deadly warriors. and masters of quick raids who also develop powerful bows. Yeah, okay. So this is all just like a history lesson. The refusal to take prisoners was clear breach of laws and custom of war adopted during the first. Okay. Oh. Is that it? On the bow of a ship, head for a new land. New York, you can be a new land.
So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone, in a small boat, with water and provisions for a good length of time.
Oh, I thought the bow was gonna be the next thing. Oh, yeah, there's nothing else I can really touch here, so, unless I have something about them that I want to see, no? No, okay. Alright, moving on.
When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings.
That is pretty, though. That is quite a beauty.
Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator.
I'll move from side to side so you can get a better look at it.
Of the longitude, I knew
I'm
nothing,
sorry.
and no island or coastline was in sight.
Oh. I actually needed to go there. That's why I was looking that way. Oh well. Alright, take me to.
The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun,
Do I not-
waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
I have one oar. The other oar's gone for some reason.
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue.
I cannot look down. All I have is sky.
The change happened whilst I slept.
Ooh, what happened?
Its details I shall never know, for my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Oh, a kraken!
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see.
How am I afloat? Am I on land or not? I can't
And in
tell.
which my boat lay grounded some distance away.
I'm sure I could still get that.
Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished.
Why would it be assumed that you'd be astonished rather than horrified? I feel like you would, of course, be horrified as a normal human being.
For there was in the air, and in the rotting soil, a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core.
The fact that that kraken is just... I'm not gonna make a joke about that.
The region was putrid with the carcasses
I like
of
my fans
decaying
too much.
fish, and of other less
They're too
describable
much
things
awesome.
which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain.
That's not a kraken, that's a regular squid. These are regular animals. Oh, that poor squid is upside down. Can I not help these poor creatures? Wait, I just noticed. Did the entire sea dry up?
Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity.
The The entire ocean is gone. We were in the middle of nowhere and the entire ocean is gone.
There was nothing within hearing and nothing in sight save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear.
Same.
The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
I feel like people are gonna get triggered from all of these like tentacle things. Can we like? Oh great! Oh, the sound effects. Oh, the sound effects.
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position.
What could that I'm praying that is mud. What could that possibly be? What can you?
Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths.
So the tide went down.
So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might.
So the tide went down excessively. Was there a tsunami in the opposite side of the ocean?
Nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things.
I'm just gonna look at my boat. Can I just like, I'm gonna look here. Oh, I don't want to click it. Do I have to? Is there anything else I can click? Why is that mountain? That mountain's moving, right? That gigantic mountain is moving. Oh god, I'm not gonna look at that. Not gonna look at that anymore. Oh.
For several hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens.
Oh, there's nowhere I can look that's safe. There is nowhere I can look that's safe. Oh god. I'm gonna put a trigger warning. Let dead fish.
As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time.
This does look like mud. I'm gonna assume it's mud. I don't like dead
That
fish.
night I slept but little, and the next day
How
I
did
made
I
for myself
sleep?
a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue.
I'm sorry, how in the heck did I sleep? What is that, Red?
On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease. The odor of the fish was maddening, but I was too much concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal.
What is this going to accomplish? Oh, why? Why the sound effects?
All day I forged steadily westward,
What
guided by a
is
faraway
that?
hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
What are these? What is that? Does he have nothing to say about this? What lobster has a whatever that is as a that? See, this is like a little, maybe this could be a hermit crab. That and that are from a demon. They're a demon. They're the same thing, but they're from a demon. A demon was trying to grab that thing. What has talons that big? Ew! Oh. That is, yeah, that's. Oh no! Oh, look at its eye! Oh, I don't want to look. Can we go? Don't bump into anything. Ugh.
That night, I encamped, and on the following day still travelled toward the hummock, though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it.
This is a very big octopus. Like, it's very large. I guess I'll keep going. This is a story-based game, so it's just supposed to be a bunch of story as we click through the adventure.
By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound,
I don't think
which
there's
turned
actually
out to
a
be
game.
much higher than it had appeared from a distance. An intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface.
That's nice. This is...
Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill. I know not why my dreams were so wild that night, but ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain,
I think he's in denial.
I was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more.
Very pretty game. It's very
Such
pretty.
visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again. And in the glow of the moon I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day. Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy. Indeed, I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset. Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence.
Okay, but what if I don't? Is there like anything else I can do? No. Aw, I can't defy the narrator.
I have said that
This
the
is not the Stanley
unbroken
Parable.
monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me. But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon.
Oh.
Whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine.
Can I look down?
I felt myself on the edge of the world, peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night.
I'll probably die if I fall down there, but I'm
Through
curious.
my terror ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost,
How is this a paradise?
and of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness.
Did it just grow lighter? I feel like it grew brighter, didn't it?
As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined. Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent. Whilst after
Fairly
a drop
easy,
of only
sir.
a
We have a
few
different
hundred
definition.
feet, the declivity became very gradual.
Very different definitions of what... Oh. I want to see you go down this. Never... No, don't you dare cut this out. I want to see you go
Urged
down
on
this.
by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze, I scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath, gazing into the Stygian deeps, where no light had yet penetrated.
Yet? I don't think you know how light works. The speed of light is a very quick thing.
All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me. An object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon.
Okay, so... Oh. Cool. Can I not see... Okay, this... That does not look that high, right? Okay, cool. So he could have just fallen down here and he would have been fine. It's soft ground, like really, really soft. He probably
That
just would
it
have went
was
in the ground a
merely
little.
a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself.
I'm sorry, how does this make you feel more assured? Because that is very smooth sides for that to be any random thing. That is man-built. There is no way in any hecking heck that this is normal. How are you calmer?
But I was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature.
How would that work? No! Nature is all about edges and really weird angles and stuff. You look at everything around you. Is anything else that square? No!
A closer scrutiny filled me with sensations I cannot express.
God, this guy's an idiot. I do
For
not
despite
like this
its
main character.
enormous magnitude, and its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young,
How do you know?
I perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object was a well-shaped monolith,
My phone just went off. Yas, phone? Ah, okay.
Whose massive bulk had known the workmanship and perhaps the worship of living and thinking creatures. Dazed and frightened, yet not without a certain thrill of the scientist's or archaeologist's delight, I examined my surroundings more closely.
You want me to get closer to that thing? That is not man-made, you idiot. A lot of the games that I got, by the way, were physiological
now near
horrors.
the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm.
It was made by aliens!
And revealed the fact that a far-flung body of water flowed at the bottom, winding out of sight in both directions and almost lapping my feet as I stood on the slope. Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the Cyclopean monolith.
That's what I mean. I'm really short, right? Or am I sitting down? Do you think I'm sitting down? Because I feel really short right now.
On whose surface I could now trace both inscriptions
I'm like a 6-year-old.
and crude sculptures.
I feel like I'm a 6-year-old.
Look, it's an alien box thingy.
The writing was in a system of
How am I
hieroglyphics
getting this shot?
unknown to me, and unlike anything I'd ever seen
There
in
is
books.
no way in heck I'm getting the shot. How am I getting the shot? There's no way.
Consisting for the most part of conventionalized
I'm
aquatic
complaining about
symbols
everything.
such as fishes, eels, octopi, crustaceans, mollusks, whales, and the like.
I get that you're writing in the journal, but wow.
Several characters obviously represented marine things which are unknown to the modern world, but whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain.
Really big octopus, and
It was the pictorial carving,
whale?
however, that did most to hold me spellbound.
Where's the whale? Did I miss the whale? Spelling lessons. Contains themes and storytelling methods such as Lovecraft developed in his later works, such as tellings of the story through carvings at Mountains of Madness and Nameless City, journals and chapters notes, The Shadow Out of Time, The Hunter of the Dark, Islands of Emerging. I don't feel like the need to have to read all of this, to be honest. Oh, are you getting tired? I'm sorry, I'm keeping up so late at night. It's already 11 for you. I'm sorry. This will be the last one, I promise. We'll record more tomorrow, if you want.
Plainly visible across the intervening water on account of their enormous size
I'm good, I don't
were
want
an
to
array
record.
of bas-reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a
The way you
doré.
phrased it is something. Because I was like, we can record tomorrow. You're like, I'm fine. I don't want to. I'm fine. Oh my god.
I think that these things were supposed to depict
I heard I'm
men,
fine.
at least a certain sort of men,
At least a certain sort of it.
though the creatures were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto, or paying homage at some monolithic shrine which appeared to be under the waves as well.
I got it. Atlantis. Right? I mean, that's the, like, I'm guessing they had just assumed that people would just turn into merfolk in order to get this far into the water without the water actually
Of
drying
their
up.
faces and forms I dare not speak in detail,
You can. There is none.
for the mere remembrance makes me grow faint.
Oh, this guy is so dramatic.
Grotesque beyond the imagination of a Poe or a Bulwer.
I think you've been describing those. Why didn't it move down faster?
They were damnably human in general outline, despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips.
Where do you see the wide and flabby lips? The last one? We can't see the last one,
Glassy,
sir.
bulging eyes, and other features less pleasant to recall.
Who made these art?
Curiously
They're awesome.
enough, they seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background. For one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented as but little larger than himself.
I don't think that's out of proportion, my dude.
I remarked, as I say, their grotesqueness and strange size, but in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe. Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born.
Okay. Alright. Oh, this guy's such a liar. Look, that lake doesn't go anywhere on either side. He said it would go zigzag for miles, but it doesn't.
Awestruck at this unexpected glimpse into a past beyond the conception of the most daring anthropologist, I stood musing whilst the moon cast queer reflections on the silent channel before me.
I cast queer reflections too, sir. You're not that less special.
Then, suddenly, I saw it.
I see nothing. What do you see?
With only a slight
there we go.
churning to mark its rise to the surface, the thing slid into view above the dark waters.
Oh, I see you now. Why is the water not coming past that point? It really should. That's not how water works.
Polyphemus-like and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith.
Stop breathing so heavily. You're gonna let it know where you're
About which
at.
it flung its gigantic scaly arms, the while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds.
And am I waking
I
up?
think I went mad then. Of
Am
my
I waking
frantic
up?
ascent of the slope and cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little.
Okay. My frantic.
I believe I sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing.
Why are you singing? Oh, la la la. Oh.
I have indistinct
Really?
recollections of a great storm sometime after I reached the boat.
I feel like I'm singing.
At any rate, I know that I heard pearls of thunder and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods.
Cool. How did I get here so fast? I took a whole day to go over where well, actually, I
When I
took 2
came
days.
out of the shadows, I was in a San Francisco hospital.
1, how do you know it's San Francisco? 2, what?
Brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean.
Delirious?
In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention. Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing. Nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
Sweet. The journalist. Lovecraft, I don't know what this game called Lovecraft is, but oh well. Was a primitive figure in the world of amateur journalism. In 1915, he started publishing his own journal called The Conservative. So this is a real person who says he went through all this in this dream. Okay. Howard was a skilled wordsmith, but also took criticism to the heart, which resulted in his decision to step away from writing and poetry and concentrate on his weird fiction again. For the first time since his teenage years, Dagon, published in 1919, is one of the short stories written during that period. In this example, excerpted from The Conservative, the masters of horror fiction explains his attitude towards the warfare and the ideas of the world. I think Mother's asleep, because she's not talking to me. Hello? Okay, making sure that you're alive. Why any sane human being would believe the possibility of universal peace. What part of that was universal peace, though? Okay. Can fathom, should the entire civilized world agree simulations to disarm one or more nations would undoubtedly retain secret emirates and at the proper time take advantage of their more trust and less astute contemporaries. These are really hard words for me to pronounce, and you know this. On Discord looks really small, but on mine it doesn't look small at all. In a wild career of contest against the unarmed victims, no country is or ever can be above warfare until basic impulses of the human animal shall have miraculously changed. Okay. Where's my body? Mama, my body's gone. Oh god. Doctor, doctor, my body, it's gone. Ah! Alright, moving on. That's me.
Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist and amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
Dagon, not dragon. Of course, there's no R. Duh. Sorry. I never saw the fact that there was no R. Dragon. 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 I don't know. I tried. Was the main identifier of the worship through the Middle East of the ancient god of fertility and crops. In Hebrew, the word dragon was common noun for gain. The rulers of Akkad, I have no idea. Mesopotamia, I horribly mispronounced that, I'm sure, chose him as the patron saint of their war conquest. He also appeared as the judge of the dead in the Aeneid poem and underworld prison warren in one of the Babylonian text. Okay. This is really hard for me to pronounce with so many big words. Whew. My brain can't handle big words. He is often mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the wrong interpretations of his name. What was his name again? Oh, okay. As in Hebrew, the word drag means fish. Oh. In H.P. Lovecraft's works, Dagon. Yes, Dagon. It's just dragon with no R. Okay. Is an underwater identify ruling over the deep ones. A humanoid race with fish traits that resides in the oceans. He is worshipped by a secret cult called the Estolic Order of Dragon. Okay. So that's where I need to go. Is there anything else though I can... Ooh, what was that? Oh, that's just the shine. Okay. I was like, what else? Anything here? Could I go to that desk? No. Thank you, clock. So that was it. I was assuming. Okay.
But soon perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional, I did not press my inquiries.
August Derleth was an American writer and ethnologist. He also befriended Lovecraft and published many of his works through his company, Arkham House. Oh, that sounds familiar. God, it's history all over again. Woo. Although he greatly contributed to the Marcianation. That is definitely wrong. Of the author's works, although he contributed a lot to the author's works after his death. He is surrounded by numerous. God, these words, Mom! Can I just not read these? I know. It is also worth nothing that Lovecraft was never really interested in creating a mythology, and the term God was combined. I'm gonna God, I can't read. Basically, it mythology. Done. Solved it. Oh wow, uh oh, that's so weird. Hold on. Oh, I'm snapping my neck. Oh, my neck hurts now. This is kind of like 3 scary games. Is something gonna happen or? Oh, I can leave. There's no. There's no. What did you say? Oh, you wanna? Oh, okay. All right. Well, I didn't see anything special about it anyway. We'll try to finish this off quickly.
It is at night, especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing. I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave. So now I am to end it all, having written a full account for the information or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men. Often,
Doubt
I
it.
ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm, a mere freak of fever as I lay sun-stricken and raving in the open boat after my escape from the German man-of-war. This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me a hideously vivid vision in reply.
Is that going down?
I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering
how am I
on its
getting
slimy
this?
bed,
How am I getting this perspective?
worshipping their ancient stone idols and carving their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite.
That was
I
huge.
dream of a day when they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind. Of a day when the land shall sink and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium.
Oh, I don't want this to happen. Why do you want this to happen? Good sir, why do you want this to happen?
The end is near.
Oh, why did I barricade myself in my own room?
I hear a noise at the door, as of some immense slippery body lumbering against it.
Why does it sound so slippery? Before I do that, is there anything else I need to do up here? No, okay. I cannot reach anything. Moving on.
It shall not find me. God, that hand!
Oh, it's that creature from earlier.
The window! The window!
I should not have taken that morphine. Thank you for playing. Well. Cool. Well. So that was the game. That wasn't, but that was that a game? I felt like we just sat there and tried to look for secrets. Was there a question mark? Oh, I didn't have to take it. Oh. Well, that probably leads to another thing. But I'll leave that for a different thing. Because we were recording this for 40 minutes. Shockingly, this game was 40 minutes. It didn't feel like 40 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this off. Again, they probably can't hear you, so I'm just gonna say that you said goodbye because you're practically falling asleep right now. And I'm just gonna say, it's okay, I get it. No, it's really late. It's like 11, it's 11:30 where you're at. It's 10:30 where I'm at. Yeah, 11:32 actually. Uh, but okay, I'm gonna say my bye to the camera now, and then we could go and say goodbye for ourselves. Okay? Okay, I love you. Okay. Oh. Alright, my little Regos. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let this little baby sleep. Uh, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. I'll patch these together into 3 scary games with my dear friend Stell. I would put links to their stuff, but I don't think they want that. Yeah, they don't want any credit. So, instead I'll just say their name is Stell. They're pretty cool. I would say check them out, but you can't yet. Once they allow me to start letting you guys check them out, I will put their name in the description, and I'll go back into old videos and add them to descriptions that they were in videos with me. But as for right now, that's not gonna happen because I'm waiting. It's alright, it's alright, it's not your fault. There's no time limit to starting a YouTube channel. I'm just saying that keep in mind, once the minute you post your first video, I'm drowning my YouTube in links. Because I will be so proud of you. Alright, guys, but I'm gonna close this off because I do want this darling little angel to sleep. Uh, so, again, you can't really go find them to follow them or anything, but it was great to have them here. You probably couldn't hear them for a majority of this, of like, the majority of all of the recordings that I have with them, but just know that they were here to hang out and kind of, like, keep me some company, so now I'm not just wandering on my own. My own dear old lonesome. They'll be probably returning, but I'm not too sure. So that will be great. That will be great. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my outro. Is there anything you want to say so I can say it real quick for you? Okay. Well, we never really know when they're watching us. So the darling angel said, "Stay safe, eat some food, and good morning or night or afternoon, no matter where you are." And now for the wonderful outro. Alright, that's gonna be it, my little amigos. So stay safe, stay clean, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, little amigos! Woo!